Good afternoon, all you coin people out there. Hope you're all having a great weekend. Here it is Saturday afternoon, late afternoon, and I figured I would do a video inspired by watching some of you folks who do other videos and appreciate all your content creation, all of your thoughts, your wisdom, your experiences, and just sharing with us what you guys all got going on in your world of numismatics and coins. What you're looking at here are just just some very lower end stuff that I've put on eBay in the last couple of days. All of this, 95% of it was bought from a recent collection last weekend or the weekend before off of Craigslist. 200 and something silver dollars and almost 600 half dollars was the bulk of it. This guy is converting over to gold and 100-ounce silver bars and wanted to get out. He accumulated almost 200 Morgan dollars, and he's got more. He didn't sell all of them. He kept quite a few, actually. And he's got, he sold me, I don't know, 70 or 80 peace dollars. Nothing crazy. The best of them were these two CCs here, 82 and 84 CC, that were pretty nice in the 62, 63 range, in my opinion. I've sent a lot of coins to PCGS over the years. I know what they like and what they don't like and what they look for. But basically, he got ripped off more than once buying coins on eBay. And, you know, most of the stuff I bought from him, you know, was, you know, $24 to $27 per silver dollar. There was some I paid more, obviously. I gave him 200 or 180, I think, actually, for each of those CCs. And then there were a couple other CCs in the good to very good range. These, as a matter of fact, that they're an eBay coin all day long. I think I gave him $75 for each of them, these ones. You know, this one, the seller labeled it very good, and it's really not. You know, if you take out the guidebook to Morgan dollars or the ANA grading, you know, that rim needs to be full. And it's not even close. So, you know, if you sent this to PCGS, it would probably grade good 6. And that's not the least of this guy's problems. Now, this one I agree with as a very good. That's what a very good should look like. It's close to a fine, actually. But I would still call this one like a VG10. And people love to overgrade. They love to, you know, put the highest grade they can on their flips or on their 2x2s. Just for some reason, they think whatever they write there is you know, going to lead to more money, or, you know, if they say it's a certain grade, then it must be, right? So anyway, this guy, you know, he bought a lot of coins like that. He bought a lot of cleaned, and he had probably no less than 50 or 60 coins that were heavily polished. And he couldn't tell the difference, even though I tried to give him a quick lesson, between original mint luster versus a coin that was polished. Now, I'm sure most of the people watching this video here very well know that difference, but to a novice collector, or even a beginning collector, or someone who has no idea about coins, they're not going to know the difference. And you look at it quickly and you see a polished coin that's shiny and bright, and that might appear to them to be in great condition. So, you know, what I wanted to do here was give you a quick synopsis about, again, my background. I've collected coins since I was a kid. I've been into it pretty heavily since 2003, so about 20 years. You know, off and on, I've taken some breaks. I've assembled high-end Barber half dollars, Barber quarter sets that were in the PCGS registry. Everyman sets. I have the second finest Barber half dollar Everyman set, with every coin grading either AU 55 or 58, and the set was complete. I actually, at the time, in 2011 maybe, made the first coin graded first 1896 half dollar that graded AU 58. And there were some other collectors that really wanted that coin, and you know, I had it for months and months, and people were, you know, trying to pry it out of my hands, offering me $7,000, $8,000, $8,500 was, I think, the highest offer. The barber market was super hot at that time, and I remember, you know, not necessarily knowing what to do with that coin. So I eventually, through the help of a dealer friend in Maryland, a well-known, established guy who I did a lot of work with, I've consigned coins to him, and he's got, he does a lot of volume, so he has a very good deal with Heritage Auctions, and we ended up getting that coin and probably 20 or 30 more into the ANA show. I believe it might have been the Fun Show. It wasn't the Fun Show. It might have been Central States, but it was one of the big ones. And that 1896 half dollar realized a little over $14,000. So glad I didn't take the 8,500. But once I sold that coin, that was pretty much the key date of the Barber Half series, so I ended up liquidating the rest of the series. Anyway, the video's going a lot longer than I expected. What I wanted to do was just show you something here. You buy a coin on eBay like this, right? And you might say that's a nice original coin. You know, nice creamy surfaces, and this is an iPhone camera. This is not a good camera, so first of all, I apologize for that. I'm holding it with one hand. And yes, this is original mint luster, and there are really no hairlines to speak of. You look at it, it's got, you know, it's an 84.0, which obviously is a softly struck coin, but it's got, you know, it's got softness above the ear. It's definitely uncirculated. You flip it over, and it's got a nice full cartwheel on both sides, and of course the back, as always, is Ben the Coin Geek says, is always nicer than the obverse, which tends to be true. Not always, but 80–90% of the time it is. So although the lighting is terrible here, this side's completely fine. And you know, you send this coin to PCGS, and I can tell you right now, it will not come back a straight grade, because you have to get it at the absolute perfect angle, and I'm not so sure that I will here. There are a series of hairlines that are so subtle, and it goes across. Let's see if I can get them to pop here. There we go. You see that? See the cheek? See EP, E pluribus? Right there, just that alone, the white lines start to the left of that first star, to the left of E, right on the rim, going to the second star, and they go up past the P, and they go through the cheek. Somebody wiped the coin lately. Long time ago, maybe. Maybe not that long ago, hard to say. But that right there, I would never send this coin to PCGS. And that patch of hairlines is the only problem that I can find with this coin. So, casual, somewhat beginning collector. And there's nothing really wrong with this coin. It's a nice coin. You know, it's a nice $45 BU. But, you know, if somebody were to pull up PCGS price guide and say, oh, look at the cheek, it's clean. This coin has a chance at an MS65. It's got good luster. There's hardly any marks on it. Yep, true. The reverse is decent. Doesn't have a lot of feathers on the eagle's breast. It's, you know, they're there. It's a softly struck O mint, and that's considered by PCGS. So, you know, it's definitely above average. There's some more lines right there now that I'm catching the perfect angle right below In God We Trust and just above it. But, you know, you can have some friction and cabinet friction lines and stuff like that. Now those lines, even though they're popping here, are not as concerning as what I saw on the other side. You have to understand the difference between lines caused from, you know, putting them on in a cabinet back in the day, or, you know, bouncing around in someone's pocket or in a desk drawer, versus what's an intentional wipe, which is what you've got going on here. Somebody wiped it, maybe they got some debris off of it, don't really know. But that's enough. 9 times out of 10, maybe even 98 times out of 100, this coin will not grade at PCGS. I have been down that road, and I would tell you, save your money. So again, it's a nice enough coin, $45, $50 BU, but I would not pay price guide money, and I would not be convinced that, or I would not let someone convince me that this coin will grade MS65, at least 64, which is $130 in the price guide. So I'll sell it to you for 110. That's a great deal. And if it comes back 65, you know, you'll double your money. And if it comes back 64, you'll make a little bit of money. Like, no. So looking at a couple others, again, this is a camera, and sometimes people take pictures at angles that are unintentional, and sometimes they're intentional. You can see that's my writing, by the way. This was part of that 200 coin. You know, I went through them and separated them. Now this coin, you probably can't necessarily tell it. Once upon a time, it actually had PL surfaces under. There's definitely reflectivity, but somebody polished it. This is what a polished coin looks like, as much as I can get the camera on an iPhone. So it's dark. You know, the luster is, let's put it this way. Original mint luster, light is absorbed by the coin. Coins that have been cleaned, coins that have been polished, the light reflects back at you. So that's more like it's bouncing off and blinding you, right? Versus original mint luster. Like this 85S, which I had graded a couple months ago. The light is absorbed by the coin. Okay. There's your cartwheel. The light's absorbed. That's the only way I can really describe it. The light's absorbed versus the light is reflected back. I mean, that thing's heavily polished, but again, in hand, it looks a little better. And it was once upon a time, probably a proof-like coin once upon a time, you know, but you could take a picture of this, you know, I could take it like a still shot like that, and you might say, oh, that's not bad, you know. You know, it's a bullion coin now. You know, it's got unk details, but it's a bullion coin. So, you know, those CCs that I bought, again, very similar to that 85S. You know, and I call it a 62, maybe a 63. It's got some hits, you know, and again, you don't see them at that angle, do you? Cheek looks nice and clean, right? Turn it just a little. Oh, look at that big gash. It's like one of those funky mirrors where you've got 2 different angles. And again, the reverse is nice. Nicer than the obverse. But still a nice coin and a choice BU. Probably come back 63, based on the way I see they grade these. This coin up here was, once upon a time graded by Paramount Coin. And this is the company that does the Redfields, the red and the black holders. This is one way that they used to do them. Paramount Grading Company, blah, 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 blah. So this coin's an 88.0, and it's definitely a nice coin. But similar to the first 84.0, I don't think this one will grade. I haven't tried it, and it's not as pronounced as the other one, and it probably won't show through all the plastic. But there's a very, very fine patch of hairlines on this one. But again, this is a coin that is very clean. with almost no marks. But there's a very fine patch of hairlines at the perfect angle, which, you know, again, 99% of the eBay world is not going to point out the flaws. They're just going to tell you how gorgeous this coin is, how it might even grade 66 because there's no marks. Got to remember the components of mint state grading isn't just marks. 40% is marks. The other 60% is luster, eye appeal, positive, negative toning. So you got surface preservation, you've got luster, you've got the the toning, positive, negative eye appeal, and you've got strike. So there's a lot of things that have to be considered. Here's, you know, one that an eBay person might call mint state. You know, look at everything's there, right? But really, it's, you know, if it wasn't cleaned, it would be a slider. The mint luster is just broken, and there are contact marks. Like, see how it goes dark on the cheek? That's from cleaning, but it's also from a little bit of high point wear. The luster does not completely do a free cartwheel where it's completely unbroken. You know, again, the camera on the phone is not the best. But you'll see coins like this on eBay listed as mint state when they're just problem coins. I don't know if you can see the difference or not. So there's a mint state 65. Look what it takes to get it. Right, somebody might say, wow, that's a 66 all day or a 67. It's not just contact marks. This is a lovely coin, and it's semi-proof like. We've got reflectivity, we get the bonus of it being an 80/9S. This is another one I sent in. These are all on anything 44900242, just like this one. 0244. This is another one I sent in, 448999802. All of these numbers running sequentially. So, no, again, it's a lovely coin. And it's a 65. Now, we have another ADS that's just a step better than this. A 65 plus. Now, if we look at this, this one came back 65 plus. We've got wonderful surfaces with hardly any friction, hardly any contact marks. The luster is more pronounced on this coin. It's more subdued on the 80/9. It's a darker tone almost, you know, there's more of a mellow going on there, right? But you can get toned coins to grade high, obviously. You need the luster to be there. I mean, I thought this coin had a shot at PL, but no, it wasn't enough. You can see all the reflectivity going on. So for people telling you, oh, this coin is definitely going to grade PL, it's hard to get that PL grade. Trust me on that. It's a pretty lovely coin, right? See if I can hide the grid. You might have saw it there, I don't know. Pretty lovely, huh? It's got blazing luster. Gorgeous rim toning. It's hard to get a 65 or higher grade, especially on these common dates. There's another 81S. And a first generation ANX holder, ANA holder, I should say. This coin. is absolutely lovely. With amazing color, as these holders are prone to do. Especially on the reverse. And it's got amazing cartwheels. And just ridiculously nice color on that reverse especially. I mean, the obverse has nice color too. And there's almost no marks. Now, I don't cross coins as a rule, especially in the old first generation A&A holders. Don't know if it would make that grade. It would be pretty close, because the luster is intense, there's hardly any marks, the eye appeal is off the charts. It'd be close, but they're tough to get. NGC, I bought this a couple of years ago. A couple marks, beautiful rainbow toning around the rim. Really clean. That's a nice coin. Another one. And an old fatty holder. Look how clean that cheek is. Look how clean the fields are. And it's got intense luster. It's hard to show it while I'm trying to cover the grade up. It's really nice. Another 64. Let's see, what else do we got here? Anything of to speak? A couple more A&A holders. 1902 you don't see very often. P, 1902P, certainly far scarcer than the 020. Lovely original surfaces. Look at the color, right? You know, versus a blast white IE dipped coin. That's the look I like, that natural surfaces. Here's one that graded him as 61. Most people would say, I don't know about 61, there's no, you know, that should be at least a 62, maybe even a 63. And, you know, if I cracked it out and sent it to PCGS raw, very well might come back 63. I don't see anything that's really holding it back. It's got wonderful color. Look at the bottom of the rim. It's a really pretty coin. It's got good luster. It's got not that many marks. I mean, you know, there's some scattered chatter there left of Liberty's cheek there, you know, but is it a stretch to call it a 62? I don't know. Now there's a 91.0, which is one of the softest struck coins in the entire series, in a soapbox holder. And you can see there's no breast feathers, but that is typical of this particular date. Here's an 87.0, not the variety 87/6. A lovely coin, and another first generation. I mean, I love these holders just because of the color they impede upon the coin, or imprint upon the coin, or generate. Those are all the wrong words. But anyway, this is just a few examples, and you know, the goal of this was really to help you identify the difference between cleaned and you know, not help you, you know, I'm sure you all already know. Just point out some things. If you buy a lot of coins on eBay, if you buy coins online, or even if you buy them at shows in person, you really have to look at it at numerous angles, which, you know, buying a coin online, you don't have the luxury of holding it in hand. You most often don't even get a video. I mean, eBay started allowing the videos, and, you know, certain sellers to put videos up a few months ago, but even a video like this does not give you what having it in hand does. I mean, if you're not looking at a coin from all different angles and all different manners and lightings, you could be in for a rude surprise when you go to have that coin graded or appraised. You know, it's very easy to miss something. And all it takes is one small patch of hairlines or one small dent, rim bruise rather, or a wheel mark buried in the hair somewhere. You know, wheel marks, those are the cause of many beautiful coins otherwise being rendered ungradable. So I hope you got something out of this, and you know, if you have any comments, questions, or thoughts, please feel free to leave them. And wish you all a great rest of your weekend, and good luck in your collecting.